In this video, I'm going to give some background on the idea of doing development in a virtual machine. Our goal is to be able to write programs under Linux. This is going to be different than writing software under something like Windows because our programs are going to interact more directly with the operating system. Now, this is a potential issue though, since maybe you don't have a computer with Linux installed, or maybe you're worried that, during some development you may break something. Our solution to that is to do our development work in something called a virtual machine. So a virtual machine is basically a set of hardware that's been virtualized, right? So it's a virtual computer running, if you would, inside of your computer. And on this virtual hardware, we can install any operating system that we want. So we have what is called a client, right? So I have this virtual hardware running a virtual piece of software, right? That's a client operating system, which is going to communicate with a host, right? The host is basically the actual hardware running an actual OS. That's our host. And so our host may have different clients at different times, right? So we have maybe a virtual machine running this version of Linux or this version of Windows, this version of Mac, OS X. I can have all these different clients, all which run on the same host. And each of these, right, are self-contained, right? They're virtual computers, right? They have their own hardware, air quotes around that, right? They have their own disk drives, right? They're all self-contained, and so anytime we mess something up, it's just going to be limited to that client. So for the purpose of this course, we're going to create a virtual machine which has Xubuntu running on it. So Xubuntu is a version of the Ubuntu Linux distribution, right? There are all sorts of different versions of Ubuntu that have different software available. We're going to use Xubuntu because it includes an interface called XFCE, which is basically a lightweight interface. Some interfaces for Ubuntu are a little bit heavyweight. They have a lot of graphical features, and really we just don't need that. We want something that will be fast over something that's flashy. There's going to be another set of videos which basically talks about how we can set up a virtual machine piece of software, and then how to install Xubuntu, and then how to get a basic C program up and running on it.